If you're watching for the first time, my name is Rich Berrycap. I am speaking to you from Las Vegas, Nevada, United States. Today's topic, I want to share some simplified tips on how I structure paying my contractors in my contractor in Nigeria. This is my building contractor, the guy that is handling the construction of our duplex apartment building in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. I have worked with this gentleman now for 3 years, going on 4 years. He actually took over a project that I was working on in Nigeria from another contractor that was not performing. So I had fired the previous contractor for underperformance, and then this gentleman came along, and he has just been a wonderful asset in my portfolio and in my network of service professionals in Nigeria. Great young guy. Happy to grow with him. We've been working together on and off now since 2021, and he has. I mean, we've had our challenges here and there, but so far and overall, it's been a wonderful experience. And every little road bump that we have is usually used as a learning experience for us to improve our professional relationship. Great guy. I'm very happy with the results that I'm seeing from this guy. And with that said, I want to talk about the payment structure that I have with him. Again, when you are building in Nigeria and you're working with a building contractor, they may have their own idea on how they want to be paid, but you got to remember, you are the developer like we are. You have the power to determine how you want to pay them and when you want to pay them. But this simplified, proven formula has worked for me in generating the results that I need, that I'm looking for. Because at the end of the day, as a developer, you don't want to get into the nitty-gritty of the construction. Even though, I'm based abroad, building in Nigeria, I am very hands-on, and like I've told you guys before in the past, I am, like, every micro detail of my project in Nigeria, I am tuned into them. I'm very, very hands-on with what I want as far as like the quality of the materials and the people that I surround the people that I surround my project with, very, very particular. So I want to share this tip with you, and advice. Again, you don't have to apply it if it doesn't fit within the framework of your project. But the overall, ultimately, at the end of the day, you just want to see results, and you want to know that, number one, you're getting the results that you're looking for. Number two, you're definitely not going over budget. And number three, you are saving money when you can and as often as possible. You really gotta enforce and emphasize running an operation that where you minimize as much waste as possible. Because if you don't arrest these situations, your budget can balloon and get out of hand, and you could find yourself in a situation where you cannot complete your project, or you can't complete your project on time. So I'm going to share with you the tiered payment system that I use. So I use a tiered payment system, 30, 40, 30. Okay, 30%, the next tier is 40%, and the final tier is 30%, which is 100% of the payment. Now, what you want to do is you want to first and foremost separate cost of labor from cost of materials. Okay. The cost of labor is a set fee. This is what you are paying the general contractor. This is what you are paying the subcontractors under him, like the iron benders, the carpenter, the laborers, people who are doing excavation. All of these subcontractors fall under that general contractor. So what you want to do is negotiate. The first thing actually you want to do is you want to get what is called a materials and labor report. A lot of people try to use the bill of quantities. You do not want to do that. That is the fastest way for you to lose money, and is the fastest way for a project that could cost, let's say, 20 million naira to complete will end up costing you 40 million naira to complete. So stay away from the bill of quantities. I'd never ever advise anyone to do that. Instead, as an independent developer, which 99% of us are, majority of us don't have that funds already set in the bank that we can say, okay, let's pull $100,000 and go build a project in Nigeria. We build these things in stages. At least that is what I do. So the first stage is and I'm assuming you've already procured your land. Okay, that's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming you're ready to break ground here. So you want to go with foundation to DPC level, and I'll touch on this on another video, because I don't want to get too much into it, because if I do, I could be here for 30 minutes just talking about that. But again, you want to get away from the bill of quantities and request what is called a materials and labor cost. What that does is it's going to give you an estimated figure, an estimated amount of what it's going to cost for you to complete that stage of the project that you're working on. Okay, so let's just say, for an example, you're doing foundation to DPC. The materials and labor cost, materials and labor report is what you're going to ask your general contractor to provide. What is on that list is going to itemize the labor cost, his general contractor fee, which is also something that as you continue to build your relationship with your general contractor, you are going to start understanding each other. And what I try not to do, and I used to do this before, is I used to negotiate his fee. Like, he would give me a fee because I didn't trust him at the time. Okay, he would give me a certain amount of what it's going to cost. As a result of not having worked together and me not seeing his work, I would negotiate that down. I was looking for a bargain because it wasn't as if I couldn't pay that fee. It was just that it's hard for you to convince me when I haven't seen your work. So initially, early on, I would negotiate his fee. I would always bring it down, and then when he would deliver, I would pay him extra as a bonus. Okay. But now that we've established a relationship over the last 4 years, when he tells me, and he knows that I know the system in Nigeria, that I know the market rate. So the fee that he gives me now, and I've made this arrangement with him, and his agreement is, I'm not going to negotiate your fee, but I'm going to need you to help me cut down on labor cost. Okay, so if an iron bender is charging, let's say 50,000 naira to complete his portion of the construction project, I am going to go to the general contractor and say, okay, we need to get this down to 40,000 naira. Okay, so even though I'm paying him his flat fee, not negotiating, not bargaining with him, I'm saving with the subcontractors under him by cutting down their fee a little bit. Okay, so the materials and labor report is that report you're going to need. So it's going to itemize the labor cost, and it's going to itemize the materials cost. The materials cost is something that you can also negotiate with your vendors and your suppliers, because that just all falls on you. Okay, that falls on you. So if a bag of cement is going for, let's say, 85 100 naira per bag, and it's going to cost 200 naira to deliver each bag to your construction site, you can negotiate it down to, let's say, 8550 or 8600 naira with delivery. Okay, so now once you've seen the materials and labor report, then you're going to sit, and this is what I do. I'm going to tell him, give me an estimate, give me the report first. Once I see it, I'm going to review it. In most cases, I'm going to go through the report with my wife, Kate, because I always want to get a second set of eyes or a second set of perspective on certain things. And then I set up a WhatsApp meeting or WhatsApp call with my general contractor just to go over the materials and labor report. I tell them item by item, you want to know what is this, why do we need this quantity, and why are we paying this much? And instead of 30 bags of cement, these are all estimates. Can we get by with this project on, let's say, 25 bags of cement? So these are the things that you're going to sit with a general contractor and talk about. Okay, you're going to talk about the labor cost. Iron bender wants this much. Can we save 10% on this guy? Or this guy, can we pay him a little bit more to get him to work a little bit faster? So there's going to be a lot of like pulling and pushing until you agree at a final labor cost that works for you, the developer, and also for the general contractor and his team. Then it goes to fine. Once you both agreed on it, you discuss, it's officialized, then you're going to pay what is called a mobilization fee. That's what they call it in Nigeria. This is you essentially officializing the project. Okay, you're now saying, okay, I've agreed to your labor cost, I've agreed to the materials estimate. Now let's pull the trigger on this project. Let's set a date to start the project. Okay, so for that mobilization fee, I pay 30% upfront for that mobilization fee. Okay, so based on your total labor cost, 30% of that is what you give. This is you essentially hiring him and his team to go ahead and proceed with the work at the date that you've set. Okay, now that is tier one. Tier two, and with this arrangement, there's that understanding that he's going to be paid on meeting certain benchmarks. Okay? Tier one is me hiring you for the job, 30% up front. This is the money deposited into his account. Now, when he reaches a certain benchmark, and you're gonna know, it's like the longer you've worked with someone, he's gonna reach a particular point where obviously he's sending you videos, he's sending you pictures, he's keeping you abreast and keeping you updated on what is going on. He is going to reach a certain benchmark where you as a developer, you're gonna feel happy and satisfied that he's reached that benchmark that will now trigger the release of the second tier payment, which is 40%. Okay? So he's done what he needs to do. He's giving you results. He's sending you photos and videos. In my case, I have a project manager that's also on ground that I'm talking to on the side. Okay, how's everything going? How's the team performing? Any issues, things like that you kind of get. So you're going to get to a place where you feel comfortable to then release that set. But this is after he's completed that benchmark. Very, very, very important. And the proven surefire way for you to know that is you have to see photos. You have to see videos. The old days of doing things where, I remember my father's days of building in Nigeria. That's why he never got anything done, because it was always hearsay. Oh, I completed this, I completed that. And it's happened to a lot of Nigerians abroad, where you get home to a project that you've been paying for years, and you realize that the person has built their own home and not yours. So And in my case, I have, and oh my God, you gotta invest in security camera, solar powered CCTV. So I can sit here in my, here's my office. I can sit here in my office right here. Or on my phone, and I'm looking and I'm watching live feed in real time of the workers at my construction site working. So that gives you an added peace of mind too. So once he's reached that benchmark, he's going to also let you know that, you know, I've reached a certain benchmark. Kindly release the second tier payment. So then you will release the second payment to him, 40%. Now you've paid him a total of 70% of his labor cost. And out of this money is what he's going to use to pay those under him. He's going to use to pay his team for their job. He's going to pay the iron bender. He's going to pay the carpenter. He's going to pay the laborers, the excavators, the guy that's getting the water. That's on him. He's going to pay his team. Okay. Now the final tier is when the project is completed, and now he has it's what I call delivering the project. Okay? That once the project is done, completed, after you've paid him the second tier payment, now he's got to get back to work and finish the project. So you don't release the final 30% until the project is completed. You've inspected it, you've sent your team out there or your project manager to look over it, you've seen videos, you are 100% satisfied, and then you have a final meeting with, before you release that final 30% payment, you need to have a final meeting with him via WhatsApp. Now I'm talking to developers in the United States or abroad who are building in Nigeria, because you're not there. Okay, how did everything go? How did the project go? Where obviously you're getting photos, you're getting videos. You ask questions. How do you feel? Do you feel that you've completed this project? At this point, you've built that sort of like rapport and that relationship to where he's going to let you know these are some areas that could be fixed. If there's something about this project that is not completed, do not release that final 30% payment. You have got to be 100% satisfied that the agreement that you guys talked about was honored. Delivering my project on time, securing the site. Once that project is done, in my case, I'll now talk to my project manager on the side. Okay, the general contractor said he was finished. What do you think? And the project manager that's on the ground will tell you, yeah, he did a good job, or there's certain areas that needs to be addressed. So it's almost like you're getting the benefit of your GC, your general contractor, and your project manager all working together. You guys are all partners. It's not as if the PM is against the GC or the GC is talking, is against the PM, and we are all working together as a team to accomplish a common goal. So once everybody is satisfied that the project is completed, you, the developer, you're satisfied with the result, the GC, the general contractor, is satisfied with the work. I mean, engineers are honorable people. When he feels that he's satisfied with the work that you hired him to do, and the project manager, you see, everyone has to have their satisfaction. You as a developer, you have to be satisfied with the results that you're seeing. The GC has to be satisfied with the results that he's providing. And the project manager also has to be satisfied with the project that he's been hired or tasked to oversee in a way. Once we are all satisfied, we lock down the site, we close out that phase of the project. The general contractor hands over the key of the construction site to your project manager, which officially locks the site, meaning we are done with our project. And once that's done, once everyone is happy and on the same page, as the developer, you must release that final 30% payment immediately. Meaning that has to be set aside immediately. Like for me, within minutes of us concluding that everything is good to go, at the very worst, within a few hours, depending on my schedule, if I have to, but I never ever go beyond 24 hours without releasing that final payment. Because now you've honored your part as a developer, because he's honored his part as your building engineer. So think about integrating that 30% tiered payment structure into your building project. And I'm talking about long-term projects like construction buildings. Okay? That is the tiered payment that has worked for me. Happy to share that with you. Hope you apply it. If you have other sort of like systems that you use, feel free to share it in the comment section. Always happy to, help. And always happy to learn. Okay, I just wanted to share that. My name is Richard Barakat. Subscribe to our channel. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's October 2024. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and I think we can do it. Hey guys, always happy talking to you. Thank you for viewing. Really, really do appreciate all of our subscribers, and we look forward to giving you more branded content, branded information content that's going to help you succeed in Nigeria. My name is Richard Barakat. I'm the founder of Barakat.com. We are a brand. We are a food brand. We manufacture and import specialty Nigerian foods into the United States for the United States audience, for US consumers. Barakat.com. Check us out. Shop our brand. And I'm happy to share this with you because we have a project going on right now, and we have diversified into real estate development. And I'm just kind of happy to share my process with you guys as we go along on this very, very interesting but rewarding journey that we're on. All right, guys, I gotta run. Talk to you guys later. Take care.